Alright, welcome guys. So, how to protect your energy. First things first, I'm going to talk about our energy field, what it is, and then how it works. And then I'm going to talk about how our energy can be influenced, and then what you can actually do in order to protect your field. And I'm going to teach you a few techniques in order to magnify your own field, and this could be used to influence other people's energy if you want to start getting into that. But mainly, I will cover how to just protect your own energy, and then at the end, I'll kind of cover a couple ways that you could start to almost project your energy, and magnify your own energy around other people's, project it into their field, and actually change parts of their own field, their own energy field. So first things first, what is the energy field, and then how does it work? So within our body, we have multiple other bodies. So we have our physical body. And then another one that we have is called the energy body, the energetic body. So this is the body where our emotions stem from. This is where our emotions stem from. And this is the body that animates the physical body. So this is the energy that is flowing through me right now as I speak to you, right? This is the nervous force, the nervous energy. And this is also our emotions. So we have a field around us. It's like an egg-shaped field, a field of energy. And this field of energy is resonating with a specific frequency. It's not just going to have one frequency. It's going to be multiple different frequencies in multiple different areas, right? So just for example, think of your base state. So think of the state that you're in probably right now, but most of the time your base state. What state you're in majority of the time. Okay. Now, if you're watching this after some heavy emotions just happened, or if you're watching this in a different state than your normal, comfortable, relaxed state, observe that as well, right? So these are different energies within the field, but for someone who's in a negative state right now, maybe you're in an emotional state, in about an hour, you'll go back to your base state, correct? So these are both energies within your field. These are both resonance that you have in your energy field. So these are, your basic state is going to be your base emotion, your base energy, right? So this is the one that we really want to focus on. So now that we understand that we have this egg-shaped ball or bubble around us basically of energy, now we can go and see what will happen if we were to put this energy field in range of another energy field. So when we have two energy fields in range, they interact with each other. They begin to exchange information, right? So let's say there is an energy in your field that I don't like, right? That triggers a different energy in mine, right? That triggers some sense of anger or discontent or annoyance, right? So I'm interacting with your energy field. This is unconscious, by the way, but I'm in the same room as you, sitting next to you, and so my energy field is interacting with yours, exchanging information, and then I receive a piece of energy and a piece of information that resonates with an energy within my field. It's an energy I don't like, so this triggers anger, this triggers annoyance, right? This energy that's coming up is energy that resonates with the energy coming in, that is already sitting within my field, that is already waiting within my field, but it is being triggered, it is being activated by the other person's energy coming in. All right? So how our energy fields can be influenced? Obviously, like I just said, with other people. When we are around other people, their energies are exchanging information with our energy. So we are actually not necessarily losing energy, but we are constantly exchanging energy. We are constantly, our energy is constantly being recycled. It's constantly being exchanged. It's constantly being transmitted and received. So when we're around other people who may have a very heavy negative energy field, so if someone has a very intensely negative field, you'll feel this and you'll notice this, but this can start to influence your own field and your own energy. Let's say their energy is more potent. Their energy is more powerful. It's stronger, right? Their energy is going to directly influence you. Their energy is going to directly change the state of your own energy in your own field, right? Because your energy is less defined. your energy is less secured, right? So they have a stronger energy field and they have more of it, right? They're really pissed off, right? You're just chilling. They're going to start to impact and affect that energy field, and they're going to change the energy. They're going to change the resonance within that field. Let's say the same person tries to give you shit, right? Now their energy is coming onto you even more, a little bit heavier, right? So it's going to continue to change the field. So what we're looking to do is we're looking to be able to stay calm in these situations, right? But also actually create a stronger field for ourselves so that other energies coming in can't influence our field. In fact, it should be the other way around. In fact, our goal should be for our energy to be potent enough that we're influencing their field. Someone who is defined in anger, right? We want the ability to put a smile on their face, right? We want the ability to release that anger for them. And this is a big feat. This is a big achievement. If you were to be able to do this with someone who is defined in anger, for you to actually free them would be not only a blessing to that person, but would be a great accomplishment to you. All right, my bad. So got mad allergies. The next thing on the list is actually going to be our internal reactions to things. So we've talked about the energy field and how other people's energy fields can interact with ours and alter it slightly, or it can alter it at an extreme level. It can alter it fully, even can completely change our energy and our resonance if we let it, right? So the next thing is going to be our internal reactions to things. So let's say the same example, let's say this person comes up to us and is starting to give us shit now, right? So this person has a very heavy, very dark, very negative energy. I don't like how it feels within my field, right? It's already affecting my energy field. Now, this person comes up to you and starts to call you a bitch or starts to just give you shit, right? Your reaction to that, your internal reaction to that, is actually going to define and determine the energy and the how much your energy is altered by this person. Sorry. So your internal reaction is going to determine how much your energy is affected by this other person's energy. So if you have a very negative reaction, let's say this person calls you a bitch and you get angry and you want to get up and you want to start beating the shit out of this guy, right? Your energy field, right? Your energy field is going to lower and it's going to immediately begin to resonate with his energy because you're reciprocating it, right? Since you're reciprocating it, these two energies begin to match, and when they match, they completely take over. So these two energies, both of anger, and these two individuals who are fully consumed by this energy are now head to head. And that's when we end up getting into fights and things like this, because we are both in this anger resonance. So let's say a different person, the guy comes up, calls him a bitch, but he doesn't have a reaction. He just, okay, right? Like, that's funny, whatever. Like, okay. Like, what are you talking about? Get out of my face, right? He doesn't have a reaction. He doesn't care. He doesn't resonate with the energy. He just laughs it off. All right, whatever. Who cares? It's not a big deal. He's not trying to fight me. He's not trying to hurt me. He's just going to walk away and do it to somebody else. I'm good. I'm chilling, right? This person, his energy is going to be protected. His energy isn't going to be affected by the other field. Why? Because he himself is staying in resonance internally with a higher vibration. He himself is keeping himself out of that lower frequency of anger, out of that lower frequency of identification with the ego and pride, right? He doesn't care to get up and defend himself. He doesn't think he needs to, right? He doesn't have this internal reaction of anger, of pride, right? And so because of that, he's able to maintain his field even after this person who has a negative energy has come into his energy and then left, right? So if this person came into his energy field with all of this heavy, dark, dense, negative energy, right? And just as quickly as he left, the energy left, right? But the person who reacted in anger, the energy stayed with him. In fact, the energy became him. The energy embodied him, right? Or he embodied the energy, rather. So the last thing we have is karma and karmic debt. So when it comes to your energy field, the energy that you carry, the base energy that you carry, and other energies within your field are going to be determined by your karma and your karmic debt. So what is karmic debt? Karmic debt is, as it sounds, it's energetic debt, basically. So think of it like this. In all religions, we talk about there being some sort of punishment, right? Going to hell, whatever, some sort of punishment for doing something evil, for doing something that hurts another human being, right? Okay, so this is the law of karma, the law of karmic debt working. This is the active law of the karmic debt. Okay, so for an example, let's say I murder somebody today. Now, next week, right, the energy of my field is still going to resonate with that action. Why? Because the karmic debt is playing out. So let's say I murdered this person. My karmic debt, my energetic debt, is based on the fact that I took a life, right? The fact that I took an individual's life, right? So that's going to be a great amount of karmic debt. It's going to be a great amount of energetic debt, right? So anything that you are taking away, anything that you are removing from life, anything that you are taking from life without giving back, for example, food. When we eat food, we are taking, but we are also giving back. We are providing back. We are not wasting this food, right? We are eating it, we are consuming it, and we are nourishing our bodies, and we are taking care of ourselves. We are extending our lifespan and increasing our ability to evolve in consciousness, right? This is the proper use of life. This is how life is meant to be utilized. Someone who takes life, who takes from life without giving back, so someone who is taking life for his own means, for his own pleasure, right? So a murderer who murders out of his own animalistic, carnal pleasure, carnal desire, right? He is taking life, but he is not giving back. The way he's going to give back is through karmic debt. So the way he's going to give back is by, essentially, he is selling his soul in a way, right? He is selling his soul. He is putting his soul in chains to this debt, right? And so now our souls are going to be responsible for paying off this debt, paying off this karmic debt. And how does that happen? It happens through living through a certain energetic state. So we will embody and maintain a specific energetic frequency based on our karmic debt, and we will either have to experience it all the way through, or if we learn to work with karma, work with our energy, we can actually begin to pay off and transmute this karmic debt on our own consciously, and then this will allow it to happen a lot faster. So if we are consciously working through our karma, this will make it a lot easier, and it will be a lot quicker for us when it comes to actually freeing ourselves from the chains, right? So freeing ourselves, freeing our energy. So how to protect your energy field. Let's get into that now. So ways to protect the energy field. The first thing first, you have to train your perception of the energy field. So if you cannot tune into your energy field right now, like for me, I can consciously feel my energy field right now. I can feel my field, and I can feel the energy as it flows through my body. If you cannot do this, then you need to train your perception of it. And how do you do this? So you do meditation, and in meditation, you focus on the internal body. So the internal worlds, right? There is an entire universe contained within the human body. And so we need to begin to awaken within the internal worlds. We need to begin to awaken within our body. And this starts with meditation in reality, right? We are not ready to awaken in the astral. We are here to awaken in the physical and awaken to the body in the physical, right? So we need to awaken to our energy field and our energy body as well. So how do we do this? We meditate and we focus our energy internally into the body, and we keep it there, right? We keep our attention in the body, within the body, and we keep it there until we start to feel and start to perceive the different functions of the body. So the first thing you should start to feel is just starting to feel some energy flow. While you're breathing, you should feel the flow of air or prana through the body. this will begin to get you to feel the energy field, because the prana, the life force energy, the nervous force, they're all the same thing, right? So the air, the prana, the nervous force, they're all one thing. And so when we begin to feel it as it flows through our body, we begin to feel the energy body as well. So the next thing is going to be increasing the strength of this energy field. And so there's multiple ways that you can do this. But one way that you can do this is through what we just talked about, just actually increasing your perception of it. Because as we know, consciousness is the most important thing that we have. Why? Because consciousness creates everything. So by becoming more aware of our energy field, we actually increase its strength. I personally can't be affected by most people's energy. Why? Because I'm aware of it. I'm conscious of it. I can feel it. Most people can't feel their own energy, only the emotion after it's come up, right? So most people can't feel their own energy field. They don't have that level of strength, of power, potency, right? And so I'm able to actually change and alter other people's energy fields because they have a weaker energetic structure, right? Because they don't have an awareness of their own field. They don't have an awareness of their own energy, right? So another thing you can do in order to increase the strength of this field is pranayama and microcosmic orbit breathing. You can look both of these techniques up online. I'm going to be writing an ebook specifically on pranayama, so you can buy that in the future. And then there's also microcosmic orbit. So microcosmic orbit breathing is a very simple technique. It's a very simple technique, but I use it all the time throughout the day. Specifically for sexual energy. It's specific to balance sexual energy, but it actually allows us to use our sexual energy and transmute it into its proper function and proper expression, which is to fuel the body, fuel the energy body, fuel the heart and the magnetic field, fuel the third eye and the brain, right? So one of the things we can do is if we begin to do microcosmic orbit and pranayama, we start to increase our skill in transmuting sexual energy, as well as controlling the strength and the flow of our own energy, right? And so this will allow us to have a stronger energy field. It will allow us to flow and move easier. Any energies that get stuck, we will be able to make them flow through us instead of them getting trapped, right? So I'll show you microcosmic orbit breathing really quick. And then when I release my ebook on it, I will announce the ebook, and you can buy that if you're interested in it. But you could also look online, look on YouTube, and find a video that covers just a technique that you can use. But so microcosmic orbit breathing is a basic technique. It is an inhale, and you are going to, at first you'll need to visualize because you won't feel it. But eventually the goal is to feel the energy, right? So you will visualize the energy moving from the base of your spine as you inhale all the way to the top of your head, up and around and down to the top lip, right? So this is the first channel. I believe it's called the Dumai, and then the second one I believe is called the Renmai. So the Dumai, the first channel, I could be butchering that, but the first channel goes up and around the head and stops at the top of the roof of the mouth. So you need to have your tongue up to the roof of your mouth in order to connect the two channels. And then on the top of the inhale, we'll have the energy up here. And then you will let the energy fall and sink right into the stomach area, right into the solar plexus, right? This is called the middle dantian. The dantian is a Taoist word for energy center or energy storage, basically. So this is the places within our body that we store the majority of our vital energy. So the first one is at the base of our spine. It is right in the middle of our sacral and our root centers. And then the second one is right near our solar plexus. And then the third one is right next to our heart. So when we breathe and we do the microcosmic orbit breathing, we are taking trapped energy from the lower center. We are taking energy that is not being utilized from the lower center, bringing it up and storing it in the middle dantian. And what this does is it allows it to be easy access for our body, easy access for our energy field to pull from and strengthen itself, right? So it strengthens the energy field, makes it more potent, more powerful, because it has energy to fuel it, has energy to feed it. By the way, I am sorry if I sound like shit. I have allergies. So the next thing is going to be semen retention, right? So retaining the semen, keeping the semen in the body, is going to obviously give us more energy to pull from in order to strengthen the field. For obvious reasons, it's going to increase the magnitude of our energy field and the magnitude of our magnetic fields. Why? Because the semen is our spiritual energy. It's our life force energy, right? And so what this means is this is the energy that creates everything in our body, that sustains everything in our body, right? So for example, our energy, if our energy field is weak, this is more likely than not due to the fact that we're releasing. If we were not releasing, the energy field would have resources in order to strengthen itself, but it doesn't. So semen retention is pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to make future videos, and I'm also writing an ebook on semen retention. So I'll make future videos on that, going deep into the topic. But you can begin to practice semen retention in order to help you with increasing your energy and the strength of your field. So the next thing is going to be learning to control your reactions. So you need to be able to learn, and it's a skill. It's not a very easy one to learn, but it's a skill. You need to learn how to control your internal reactions to things. It doesn't matter what it is, right? Anything that happens to you, anything that happens to people you love, everything. You need to be able to control your internal reaction to said thing. Why? Because the reaction determines your energy, and your energy determines the situation, right? Your energy actually determines your experience of the situation. So if you are holding an energy of negativity, you are more likely to attract the negative experience, right? You are more likely to attract the negative version of what you're worried about, right? You're stressed about this thing that came up at work, but your stress about it is bringing the experience to you, right? It is allowing you to resonate with that frequency, right? And so your energy field, as it is magnetic and it pulls to it whatever matches, it is going to pull to it the experience that matches whatever frequency that you are holding. So when you react negatively to something negative, you create more of that negative energy, right? And because you resonate, you bring more of it in to you. But if you were to control your reaction, keep yourself calm in these situations, right, you would be able to attract that energy to you. You would be able to attract the settling of the problem to you rather than more of the problem. And then the last thing is going to be learning how to alter your field and then learning how to alter other people's fields. So you can learn this in meditation, or you can learn this on your own, like just out in the world with other people. But it's best to learn it in meditation first with your own energy field, and then start to try and apply it with other people. So learning how to alter your energy. This is going to be something that you do in meditation, right? So you're basically just going to go into meditation, and you're going to tune in. You're going to tune into the energy field. You're going to tune into the body. And you're going to find, because there will be one, you're going to find whatever energy within your field is A, the most prominent, and B is the most B is one that you don't like, right? Is the most undesirable, right? So whatever energy you want to change or get rid of, tune into that. So feel it, find it and then feel it, and then tune in, right? So really tune into it, really see it for what it is, and then start to break it apart. Essentially, use your consciousness, use your awareness of it to break it apart, to rip it apart into pieces, into raw energy, right? And then now what you can do is you can give it your own energy of love, high vibrational energy, and then that will allow the energy to take a different shape. It will allow it to take a different form. And this is something that will take time to practice and take time to learn, right? You won't just get this first try. You might. But a lot of times this will take time in order to make this skill something that you are really aware of and really conscious of and can really feel and perceive, right? So a lot of times you might just feel like you're imagining what's happening, and that might be true for a while, but trust me, practicing this will eventually allow you to gain the proper skill, and then you can use this skill on yourself, and you can begin to use it on others. So if you're practicing pranayama in congruence with semen retention, you will very easily be able to eventually learn the skill of altering other people's energy fields, right? And again, it'll still take time. It'll still be a difficult process, but you will be able to take this skill of altering your own energy and actually go in and alter someone else's field, right? The more you gain perception of your own energy, the more you will gain perception of energy fields around you as well. And then you will be able to apply this principle to that. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to see more self-improvement content, if you want to check out my ebooks and when they come out, which will be very soon, you could press subscribe. But yeah, I am out. See ya.